Yeah.
What year did you race here? Was that 2010?
2010, end of 2010.
Vodafone Honda.
Yeah. I believe it was the end. That was the last time they were here too, right?
Yeah, we haven't been there since.
Yeah.
It's a cool stadium.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, this guy.
Doing good?
Yeah, not too bad. Adam's already covered a lot of the questions with you last week, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific you want to try and talk about ahead of the event?
We're just going to do it's a short VSB, so probably just ask you about how you think the construction of the track's going, what the boys will think tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Nothing
too crazy?
Nah, it's just more we're here and got some shots of the riders and stuff.
Obviously, you don't really get to
Go back.
Especially when you go back.
So track's nearly complete. How's it looking for you and the riders? Are you excited to take to it?
Yeah, track looks awesome. You know, just Newcastle, night stadium with dirt in it always looks better than the grass. So I'm excited to watch some Supercross racing. I got to watch the boys do the jumps, and they're flying high like normal. And we've got a championship that's tied up, and it's gonna be exciting racing.
Yeah. Thanks for that, man. Appreciate it. Sorry to ruin your eyesight.
Wow.
This is really not ideal. I was like, is it cool to be back? Is it different? You look like you're enjoying it more. It's like, if you were to tell me you ain't going, you're staying, I'd believe it. What's the last month been like? I think that the best way to say it is this is the first time that I've been in Australia that I don't have to leave. And I think my success, I think of the success that I've had abroad, and I think the people, that came and tried after me, they were all people that found their feet, as grown adults here in Australia, and then went to America. Complain about the traffic, complain about the food, and I was very fortunate that I left, didn't even have my own house, didn't pay my own bills, and so my adult life as I know it is America. I love it, it's my home, as an adult. So coming back and kind of living life, witnessing 3 children, youngest being 8, so he's well old enough to really, I think, grasp the idea and understanding of cousins and grandparents and my old friends and things like that, and so it's been really exciting to see that interaction. Our house is selling in North Carolina. We're transitioning back to Florida. So honestly, it was just really perfect timing. I don't have to be back for boot camp or racing in January, and that's the first time. So I think that, am I staying? And I could stay, but it would be hard, I think that you have to look at the big picture, and the big picture is my children are telling me that they want to race dirt bikes, and I just think that at this point, for what we have and life as we know it in America, it would be a little, counterproductive in my opinion to bring them back here to race dirt bikes.
Oh, I don't got that.
Oh, you got the triple.
I don't got
Come on, you got to do the triple.
that.
You're the only Reed that can stand it. What about the finish line? Can you do the finish line?
That's pretty big.
I think we got it.
Logie even want to do it.
Second gear. Yeah, third gear out. I think you got it.
I'm going to stop on the finish line.
You're going to stop on the
I'm
finish
going to
line?
go.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you're going to go around and jump it?
Huh?
Then you're going to go around and jump it?
Sure.
We need you to jump the finish line. No pressure, but it's kind of what... I can't do it, so we need to jump it.
It needs to be a little bit smaller.
Oh, you need me to go and talk to the track builder?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're at the stadium. It's Friday, press day. Guys already got to ride. I got to do some prior press and then a little press with the local TV and stuff like that. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's always that weird feeling like you see dirt coming into the stadium, you see a racetrack coming to life, and I'd be lying to say if I didn't feel the need to want to look at it and diagnose it and be excited to want to get out there and ride. So that still burns deep inside, but I'll be excited to watch this weekend. I think some of the Aussie guys are doing really well. Aaron Tansey stepping it up, and they're tied on points. Matt Moss coming off of his Paris Supercross win. So I think that I think generally speaking that the event and the racing should be really good. So It's all tomorrow. And then we get to, as a family, I'm excited that the family and I are obviously ambassadors for this event. This is, you know, like the town and pretty much the biggest town close by that I grew up in. And we are, essentially ambassadors, and the 3 kids and I get to do a lap around the track. And so, you know, whether we go around the track or we go around the fake grass there on the outside, I'm not sure yet. Tate's Supercross skills were a little better. Maybe we'd send him on the finish line. But he seems scared. We should pull up video of my 12-year-old self just jumping finish lines like nothing.
You wouldn't do it.
Absolutely, I sent finish lines like that at 12.
We need video.
We need video. We're gonna have to dig video.
Yeah.
Oh, a jump that's close to that. A Supercross jump.
Yeah.
Like that.
Should be fun. Here, ask him.
What's my doing?
Would we have jumped the finish line on 80s?
Oh yeah,
100%.
easy.
What? Well.
Yeah, well.
Different times.
Yeah, kids are soft these days.
Alright, I guess we gotta go carefully.
Long, short of the story, I would have jumped the triple and the finish line on an 80.
Alright, I'll do it.
On an RM, on a Suzuki 80 at that.
Anyway, at least they're taken here and it's like a lot of room.
Yeah.
But I can walk out if you want to help.
Yeah. So then I'll just,
Have a look at it.
we got here.
It's like a change room so we can...
Yeah, oh, look at the massage table. Someone to help us massage.
Yeah, this is your bed.
Right? I say,
So you come and relax.
nap time. Bradley, do you have any rubber gloves?
Let's do it together
It's the
then.
most
Let's do it together. Come on, Kate, you have a go.
Oh, don't pull the blue off. No, so when you do it, keep pulling it like this bit, like this, and then they can clean it. Yeah, don't pull up the underneath. There you go. Now clean up that.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Good job.
Uber for Ellie.
Thanks. Coffee for chat?
Uber for Ellie.
How are you, kids?
Say hello.
Say hello.
Yeah, the main area. This is where all the construction crews run out of. And do all the road construction, road maintenance, and the
And is this this is all of like Newcastle area?
all of Newcastle area. Yeah, right through to Maitland, Beresfield, back through to Charlestown. All that, So it's a pretty big area to cover. So I guess, as I've been saying, everybody, I build roads. I don't announce.
Nah, I ride dirt bikes. I don't know.
Try and talk about a little bit of mental health, and a bit, what does it take mentally to, come back from injury or, just to keep going, after a career.
a good wife.
We all need one of them.
Right?
So we are at the depot of basically for Newcastle, all the workers, council workers, translation for America, county workers, and essentially, like all the people that make the city go around. So they're a big supporter of the Supercross coming up this weekend. So we get to come here and speak to roughly about 100 of them by the sounds of it, and just speak of my experiences, growing up in Newcastle, and taking on the world and doing what I did. So it's always fun and unique to get to share that. It's part of the story. Everybody always wants to talk about, what you did once you get there, but not a lot of the things about how you got there. So should be fun. I'm excited.
Look at you, snappy dress. He keeps us leveled up.
City of Newcastle, it's been another challenging year for us again this year, and our resilience has been tested yet again. So when the opportunity came along Just before we get started, we were going to run the afternoon a question and answer format, and Connie's going to assist with that. So I might kick off if that's all right. I've got one I prepared earlier. So you make the decision to go overseas and continue your career. Can you talk us through what that felt like to pick up and re-establish another part of the world to Cheshire Roots?
Yeah, thanks. And first and foremost, thanks for the nice warm welcome. Geez, winding back the clock until I was 18 years old. 18 years old, I was at that point, you kind of already tick the boxes. Here in Australia, I was a Supercross champion twice. And at that point was just trying to go to America. From when I was, to rewind it to really tell a full story, from when I was 11 years old, growing up in West Walsham, and then moving later on my high school years into Kurri Kurri, all I wanted to do was race Supercross. And at that point, I was kind of like the black sheep, I just wanted to race dirt bikes. I was very fortunate. I got to go to New Zealand, I got to go to the UK, Indonesia a lot, and so I got to experience the sport of motocross and supercross at a very, very young age. And so from that point, I always wanted to go to America. And for good or bad, America didn't give a crap about some kid in Australia. Getting the phone calls or the people to answer the phone calls and to get on the correct teams, it just wasn't happening. In 2000, we did a World Motocross Championship in Broadford, which is down in Victoria. I was just old enough to race the 500 World Championship. I did quite well. Two of my competitors were fortunate enough to get jobs going abroad, one going to Europe, one going to America. And so there was one team left chasing those two, and they said no, and I was the lucky one that, kind of got the dregs. But the moral of the story is, out of those two individuals, I'm the one that's won the races and the titles and all those things. And it's not about being first in line always. It's just, trying to get to the place that you want to get to. So I was very fortunate. I went to Europe, did a year in Europe. My wife over here at the time was my girlfriend straight out of high school. Went to Kurri Kurri High School together, and that fun time when you tell your dad, hey, I'm going to take my 18-year-old girlfriend to Europe. You can imagine that didn't go down quite well. But I wouldn't change it, at that point, I was young and I just had a goal and I wanted to go to Europe and do what I needed to do, but the big goal was to go to America. Was fortunate to get second in the World Championship, win some races, a lot of times on the podium, and then finally America thought, okay, this kid's okay, we'll take the phone calls, and kind of the rest is history.
How do you prepare yourself?
Yeah, the good old voices in the head. Honestly, they're your best friends sometimes, most of the time. I think it's just how you guide it. I can honestly say 22 years professionally racing at the highest level. Still today, at 40 years old, 2 years retired, emotional. Actually, it's funny that, you know, like you think of the things and the things that I got to experience, and they get you to this point. And my dad, I look at him today at 65 years old, and I look at his hands, and I'm just like, oh man, you know, just like, but you have to have those people that do that, and I love it. And I love that he's my dad, and he taught me that just that hard work pays off and pays the bills. And you know, you hear of all these people that have the, you know, the moments, and I don't even know why that made me emotional, but it is. And the ups and downs for me were injuries. You know, for me it was racing at the highest level, and you know, encountering the crashes. And it doesn't matter if you fall down 9 times, you got to get up 10. You know, and I think that that's probably what separated me from the rest. You know, I encountered tough times, and my tough times are different than other people's tough times. But in my world and the world that I lived, you know, I was a factory rider and racing at the highest level, and got to a point where it was everything you could ever dream of, and I wasn't happy. And at the end of the day, you know, creating my own team and my own people around me was what made me happy. You know, having my wife that I could come home to at night, and we could design the bike and how the bike looked, and the mechanics that worked on my bike, they were people that I trusted, they were my friends. And those are the things that I look around here, you know, just you guys, all the camaraderie of all your people and everything like that. And it just, again,
I think we do have some questions out of the audience. There was one here.
Probably going back a bit further. My wife actually grew up in Westie. I don't know if you remember, she used to babysit Jamie Cooley. You were probably a bit younger then.
I was a lot younger then.
Yeah, just a hello for the Cooley.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's what makes doing events like this quite special is, you know, the last 22 years I've lived abroad. I've lived technically longer in the US than I have Australia. You know, yes, I have an accent, you go do these things, and everybody wants to make little comments, oh, you sound like American, you do this, and it's like, I always think of my childhood. I'm an Aussie as a child, and as I've grown older, my way of life is I know America. And so coming and doing these and digging up those things, you know, last Monday I got to go and do a thing at West End Public School, and it's crazy that nothing has changed, you know, like literally the principal's office that I spent quite a bit of time in is the same, the toilet blocks and just the little things that, you know, the things painted, the hopscotch and the handball courts and things like that, and it's really special. And I think that's what I love most about coming home to Aussie. And obviously the last 3 years with COVID, you know, whether you've been here living it or you've been abroad, feeling, you know, the stress that, oh, I wish I could just go home, and you couldn't, you know, so I think it's awesome to finally get back home.
I noticed you've got your gorgeous children here. Do they have your passion for motocross, and if so, which one's going to be the next motocross champion?
We'll put that on video and dig it up out of the archives. I mean, all three, I think, are, you know, they're all individually very different. It's funny because, you know, COVID, you know, created some crazy things. And for us, my kids had no interest in motorcycle racing or motorcycles for that matter. Tate, the one in the middle, is my eldest. He's always had motorcycles, always had access to it. We have any of you guys that are really deeply into motocross, Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence, the facility that they ride and train at in Florida is our old place. We created that, it was my dream facility. And then fast forward, you know, all these years, and they could have everything, you know, like you honestly couldn't want anything more. And they just didn't care for it, you know, and for whatever reason COVID hit, soccer got closed down, they were into soccer, and then we started riding BMX bikes, and then we started riding motorcycles, and here we are. They just absolutely love it. So I don't know that I can answer their question on who, you know, wants it more than the others. I always think that, you know, winners are born, not built. So it's up to them. I think it's up to them individually to work hard. prevent them from the hard work that it takes to be the very best at anything in life. And that's what I try to, put out there, is that I will give you my everything, given my time and my expertise and my knowledge, as long as they want to take it, and as long as they want to wake up in the morning and go ride dirt bikes and try to be the best, then I will support that.
What was the most funniest prank you've ever pulled with your teammates?
I would say that I had a teammate, and for any of you that have followed and know the sport well enough, in 2003, 4, 5, I believe, I had a French guy, David Villemin, quite a character. He was very, very French, outgoing in some ways and totally different in others. And anyway, he had this way where we would be out there and we'd all be riding, and for the most part we all rode together as teammates. I was on Yamaha at the time, and all of us would kind of like, okay, we're going to do this particular moto, and he would always do something different. He'd always do these like 1 or 2 lap things, and it would always just drive us nuts. And the track was drying up, and so we're thinking, okay, and he just kept going 2 laps and then he'd stop, 2 laps and stop, and I'm like, this sucks, the track's going to be terrible if we don't water. And so finally I just turned the sprinklers on and, wet him, and he gets all, obviously he didn't appreciate that as much as we all did. And he throws the bike on the back of the truck and he leaves, and his helmet comes flying out the back, his jersey. Yamaha had their own facility, and it was a big old chain link fence, so we put the helmet on the top of the jersey and kind of made like a scarecrow out of it. We had to, we got called into the principal's office and had to apologize.
It's time to draw the raffle.
Worst barrel ever.
2 tickets to the corporate box with food and beverage for Saturday night's race at one ticket at McDonald Jones Stadium. You can read it out. It's blue.
All right, blue A84.
Yeah, brother.
Hey, congrats.
Good. Thank you.
So the second prize is a full general admission to Saturday.
We like the colour blue.
I like blue.
And the number 84, B84. Don't look at it.
Yeah, just scoop it out.
Yep.
Dad, did you know what you were?
You ready? You're gonna.
Don't get shy now. Yeah. Blue.
Blue.
Blue A66.
There you go.
A66.
You're available. Come and have a photo.
Hey, can you put 2 Jody for us, chat, please?
So John,
It's crazy how many people, are kind of from that Westy area. And remember myself and my cousin, riding. And it's cool to hear some of their stories. Their perspective and what they've seen. That's fun. Yeah, it's fun because a good portion of them all grew up obviously in this area and remember my cousin and I growing up and riding dirt bikes in the town that we, you know, grew up riding in, and it's just, you know, it's funny to hear their side of the story and kind of their vision of what they seen and how they saw it. And then today, you know, like it's kind of like a bit of a ghost town. Everybody more people have bikes, but, you know, not everybody's out there utilizing the bush like once upon a time did. And I'm sure that, you know, the world's changed a little bit, and sometimes it's less available, which is a little bit sad, but I don't know. Maybe that's my role in life to change that, so we'll see. I do get emotional. Just, you know, like a lot of those people are the people that, like, I would, you know, like I can relate to them. Like I grew up in a family, on both sides of the family, you know, like my nan, my pop, my uncles, my dad, you know, my father-in-law, they all wore high-res. Not in the early days. High-res is a new thing, not an old thing, but you know, and it kind of just brings back those memories, and you start interacting and showing your kids the things that you did. Kind of just trenches up those things, you know. And it's true. It's like, just my dad, I would never want his job ever, you know. Like that was so clear to me early, that, you know, like I never wanted to, like, my goal in life was I don't want to ever work a day in my life. And, you know, I've been really fortunate that I haven't really had to work, you know. It's just, I worked hard, but like a job is that, you know. Like I would wake up in the morning to go to school, Dad would be gone. I'd come home from school, Dad would still not be home. Things that you know, looking at, you know, like-minded people and people that remind you of, you know, your childhood. It was kind of dug up a little emotions there, just because I think that these people are the people that, you know, they're the core of our city, you know, during all the tough times and, you know, the potholes or the water leaks or whatever it is, you know, picking up trash, all those things. Like, those people are the ones, you know, making your city the beautiful city that you know it as. So, yeah, that's a little emotional.